Now, is this in the right order? The PCB doesn't matter because it's completely distinct geometry, right?
No, it's not.
PCB is okay.
Molding
has
goes
to be-
below substrate.
Yeah.
Molding got to be moved. So we'll see. If we try to mesh this, we'll check it. Yes, it's absolutely going to give you a problem, right? So the molding got to be, the substrate is by itself. It's fine, right? So the only problem right now is the molding. So this goes to show you can't, you got to check that, right? Okay. So let's just keep it simple. Let's put the two dies a couple of watts each, right? So die 1 is properties. I'm not going to even bother the material properties right now. The default is steel or solids. So if you want to, you can go up here and create a material and, properties. Change this to say silicon. Yeah, put silicon. I didn't put no die attached or anything like that, right? And then you, did I put some power here?
Mm-hmm.
5 watts, right? The same thing here, 5 watts. I can
Ceramic
go pick
material.
up, material here. There's die attached, right? All the, you go to silicon. If you want to.
If you pick a pre-made material, how can you edit the conductivity of it?
You can do that. Let's do that.
Trigger blush.
Silicon should be. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I got this. You gotta go to somebody. There.
Which one?
Okay. Silicon dipper, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you can go up here and say,
Edit.
It's gonna stop me.
you can edit this now.
No.
All right.
I'll let you do it.
Or
Yep.
what you can do is create material. I think it's going to save.
Mm-mm.
Let me see what happened.
Keep tripping
It's a
that.
little bit difficult.
On curveballs.
Why is it not allowing me? You can figure this out, so I don't know. Edit definition. You can say, if I say create material, I'm thinking it would edit the current material. But in this case, the only thing that matters is material properties, right? I mean, thermal conductivity, right? So
Right.
you can just,
Okay. So we don't care about the density or any of the other stuff?
no, only steady state. Density means we have a thermal mass. Thermal mass is, you need a rho Cp. There's no thermal mass here, right? It's just heat diffusion, no accumulation. So update, done.
Sure.
And
Now we know what we do.
and then I think the molding, we need to
Move it up.
change that to material property. Mold material.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what that's going to happen now is it's not going to allow almost any heat to go to the okay, so okay, done. All right. So we kind of did that. Now we can really go ahead and take care of this now, or what else? We need an inlet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have an inlet, right? So for the inlet, we really need the cabinet. It's going to be the cabinet. So I will do this, except, let me look at the PCB. want to cheat. So when you go into the PCB, you need just the Y, right? So let me call this PCB dy, right? Okay, and what else I'm gonna need? I'm gonna need just the whole cabinet. And I'll call this cabinet dx. Cabinet dy. And cabinet dz, right? Now we got enough tools to help us when we create the wall. Not wall, I'm sorry. I don't know. I want an inlet, right?
Yeah.
So, inlet, opening, right? So the opening, the geometry
That was
is going to
model.
be start. You should pick, switch the default of millimeters. So 0 to cabinet XF, right? Is that what we call it? Okay. And this is going to be at
0.
PCB dy. Forgot. Is that it? dy, PCB dy?
Yeah.
Okay, PCB dy. And the end is going to be at cabinet cabinet YF. And this is going to be
No.
0.
Should the plane be in a different direction?
A YZ
Oh,
plane?
yeah, it's
It's in the-
XY.
No, he's doing it this way instead of the other way.
It's going to be YZ, thank you.
Over it.
God.
This guy gets an A.
This thing again. Now, you know what, let me just get out here. You can go up here and say, problem setup.
It's very detailed.
You can change the.
I thought it was in model.
Where's units? Edit. You can figure it out. All right, you can change the units now. So that we don't have to do this. So YZ. And this is going to be 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be
0.
PCB dy, okay?
Yeah.
And millimeters, and this is going to be
0, 1.
cab YF, right?
Oh, this is gonna be different. 0.
Cab C what? C star, okay? C star,
0.
cab Z.
It's 100.
Oh,
Shouldn't it be 0?
no. Oh, yeah. No, that's not, yeah, that's right, that's right. I didn't define that. So this should be 0, right? Yes?
Mhm.
This should be 0, absolutely.
Yep.
Okay, now let me see this. PCB, update.
Z final should be
PCB
100.
dy. Y is not good. So, CPD dy is good, starting point. cab, you know what, let's check this guy. What is the cabinet? Cabinet is, what happened?
0 to 100.
I thought we had parameterized that.
Maybe you didn't hit update.
Oh, no, I parameterized this guy,
Yeah,
right?
there you go.
So cab DX, cab DY, cab DZ,
It's 100.
that's all we have, right?
Mhm.
Cab, so this is DY. Cab DZ. We start at 0, right?
There you go.
Yes?
Yeah.
So, geometric properties in the x direction, say velocity 1 meter per second.
Do we have that? Does it give us a flow rate?
Outlet is going to be fairly
That's what
easy,
that means,
right?
yeah.
Just going to copy.
No, we don't have the flow
Just
rate.
going to copy the geometry. Copy from.
Dr. Agenhofer?
Yes.
How would we know what the flow rate is, like the value for the flow rate? Can we just?
Remember the lecture we had the other day? You have to use the airflow bench or something, measure the system impedance. You got to go through all of that.
Say for the midterm that we were assigned.
Huh?
For the midterm we were assigned.
And for the thing you've been told what the velocity is.
We are
It's-
not told.
It says the flow direction is 150 millimeters.
What's that?
It says the flow direction is a scalar unit for distance. Maybe it's just a unit error.
I didn't specify the velocity?
No,
Oh,
sir.
yeah, you need
No,
a
sir.
velocity in this case because you don't have a system impedance, right? I'll do that. So
Okay.
use 1 meter per second.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so we don't want to copy the object info here, right? Just the geometry. So we copy that. And then we change the geometry to, what will this be?
100.
Or we just call it cab DC, right? Cab DS.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
There you go.
Right, so, done. So,
It's a grill
everything
instead
looks
of.
good. So now, what is this here? This here, you can just delete this.
Question.
Yes.
What's the significance between having an opening and a grill?
Oh, you can use the opening if you want to. The grill is where you can specify a resistance, some resistance, flow resistance. But basically, it's where the exit is, and you specify a reference pressure.
Oh, so in and out kind of conditions.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a reference pressure you specify, which in there, in reality, when a lot of people that do practical work, they have some, some sort of grill, which will create a certain amount of resistance, right?
Okay.
But the pressure, you have to specify someplace, reference pressure, right? What that value is doesn't matter. And typically, at this point, the pressure value is zero, right? So you have to have a favorable pressure gradient for the flow to go through, so the pressure at the inlet is always going to be high, right? Some value. Okay, I created, guys, this, that cabinet 1 was what I created. This is fine, right? Cabinet 1 was the cabinet that I created, right? Now, if I look at this cabinet here, the cabinet got the same dimensions. So I think that, let me disable this. I think I can disable this. I don't think I need this. In other words,
Yeah, the active one.
in other words, here's what I'm saying. It looks at your geometry. No, you got to create a cabinet. The reason I say that is, otherwise, it does not know. If you just create these modules, it does not know where the gap is and so on. So you have to create it. Okay. All right. So, inlet, outlets we have, power we have, and might as well just move this molding. We're running out of solve this molding back to where
Let's
it
solve
should
this.
be. Should be anywhere, right? Anywhere ahead of the dies, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
So now let's mesh it
Keep going, right,
and see if we're gonna run into some error meshing.
Yeah.
right.
Don't
A
let
cab
it-
one body.
Cabinet, one body. So,
You are gonna have to deactivate it.
I don't think we need this whatsoever. Uh, because I have the cabinet.
Yep.
The cabinet gave me the domain,
Yep.
so I think I can just do this here.
It's at the very top, right under edit.
Where?
All the way at the top, right there, activate. There you
Yes, I think I can do this. So now let me do meshing. You guys get why I did that?
Mhm.
So now let's generate this. Right?
Sweet.
No problem. Right? So now we can go individually, display mesh, selected objects. So we can look at PCB.
There you go.
So you can look at the mesh, right? PCB,
Mhm.
mold name, substrate.
You go from outside to inside, right?
That looks good.
What?
Okay.
No, he's
So
doing
now
flow
we just
across.
solve
Will the order
resolution.
From the biggest to the smallest, outside in. Yeah. Oops.